Happy Monday, October 6th, 2025. You're listening to CoeCast. I'm Hunter.
And I'm Riley. Quick heads up. This episode was produced end-to-end with AI. We're battle testing Microsoft Vibe Voice 7B, so if I sound extra crispy or Hunter suddenly develops perfect pitch, blame the model.
If there's a weird pause or we step on each other, it's not our relationship, it's the robots. All right, today, the OpenAI Agent Builder leak hours before Dev Day. Testing catalog spotted it, visual canvas, logic blocks, guardrails, approvals, basically Zapier meets agents on a whiteboard.
This is spicy. It's the difference between if a new row hits Airtable, do the thing and interpret the goal, check the assets, decide what to do, and then do the thing, but ask legal first.
What's actually new for marketers and media ops? Two things. One, a drag-and-drop flow builder so non-engineers can compose agents. Two, native governance guardrails and human-in-the-loop approvals baked into the same canvas. If connectors are real and it speaks Model Context Protocol, MCP, you can plug agents into your CMS, CRM, email, analytics, without duct tape.
Wait, pause. MCP is that standard for tools and data, so agents don't need bespoke glue every time, right?
Exactly. It turns bring your own API from a science project into a plug. The leak shows logic, loops, file search, data transforms, approvals, policy controls, and templates. If that ships with reliable connectors, this could be an on-ramp for real teams, not just a demo playground.
Who's this for? If you're a solo creator, the templates might carry you. You drag in a campaign pipeline, drop an approval gate before publish, connect Notion, Shopify, and your scheduler. For enterprise teams, the approvals and guardrails are the candy. Brand safety without living in spreadsheets.
And ops folks will ask the unsexy questions. Do we get webhooks, scheduling, retries, versioning, environment secrets, RBAC? If those land, it's credible for production. If not, it's a great prototyping tool that you pair with Zapier, Make, or my beloved N8N.
Of course you got N8N in there. On comparisons, Zapier's Canvas already lets you map processes. The Agent Builder twist is native generative reasoning. It can read context, draft assets, route with nuance, and call tools inside one flow. That's co-create and ship, not just pass the baton.
But Zapier still has the integration war chest and hardened ops primitives. I can see teams sketching agent flows in OpenAI, then handing off execution to an existing backbone until OpenAI's ops layer matures.
So what changes in real workflows? Imagine a launch pipeline. Research to outline, to script, to social snippets, to short video captions, to QC, to publish. An agent does the grindy middle. You still approve. The canvas is where you mark stop here until brand signs off.
This matches what we've been writing on the blog all week. In agentic workflow, marketing's high-stakes gamble, we said hybrid beats pure autonomy. Let agents scale but keep humans on the final send. And in your brand needs a synthetic media control plane, we basically beg teams to enforce policy, provenance, and approvals. If OpenAI ships those primitives, it's speaking our love language.
Facts. Also, creators, this matters for multi-format. If the connectors touch image, audio, and video endpoints, you could storyboard a product video, spin it into TikTok hooks, auto-caption shorts, and wait for your okay before pushing to YouTube and your CMS. That's not just faster, it's fewer tabs and fewer who approve this moments.
Audience fit. Beginners get templates and approvals. Power users get modular control through MCP and logic nodes. Hobbyists can tinker, but the real swing is content ops teams and agencies running repeatable pipelines.
Workflow impact. Speed and cost both move. You might retire 2 or 3 steps in your stack draft tool, QA checklist doc, and a manual uploader, if the connectors deliver. Is it must-have on day one? Depends on ops maturity. If APIs and webhooks are coming soon, keep your backbone and let Agent Builder handle the generative reasoning.
Availability-wise, it's a leak. Open questions for Dev Day, public API, event triggers, webhooks, scheduling, retries, monitoring, versioning, environments, SSO, role-based access, audit logs, pricing, and quotas. If you can trigger a flow programmatically, pass context from your CRM, and subscribe to events, now we're talking.
Let's get practical. 3 starter flows I'd try. 1. Content ops. Drop a folder of transcripts, loop through file search, generate SEO briefs and snippets, tag assets, and stage a draft doc. Insert an approval gate before anything hits the CMS. 2. UGC moderation. Logic routes by risk score with a policy block. Low risk auto-approve, medium risk summarize and queue for human, high risk block and notify. 3. Sales enablement. Pull RFP sections, draft responses, personalize by account notes from the CRM, and log outcomes back. Humans approve the final pack.
Those mirror the table we posted: campaign pipelines, content transforms, support in UGC, sales enablement, cross-format creative. The big watch-fors are throughput limits, cost controls, and audit trails.
Meme check. Caption for this update. Zapier, but it reads your brand book and asks legal before it posts. Or finally, Clippy grew up, got a policy degree, and learned MCP.
Competitive nerves? Zapier and Make will be fine short-term. Massive integration catalogs don't rebuild overnight, but orchestration with native reasoning plus governance is the hill to fight on. Google's had its own agent builder vibe inside Vertex. Anthropic's leaning into tool use, the field's converging on workflows, not prompts.
Speaking of governance, our control plane post broke it into policy, observability, secrets, and approvals. If OpenAI nails those, we get safe speed. If not, it's neat demo, please stay away from my production buttons.
Risk and limits. Expect export caps, rate limits, maybe watermarks on public-facing content if they integrate with media tools. Guardrails might block certain prompts. And the scalability ceiling, can it handle thousands of assets weekly with sensible billing? That decides if enterprise teams take it seriously.
Cost angle for marketers. Stop tracking cost per prompt, track cost per usable asset. If approvals reduce fixes and retries, your cost per usable asset drops. That's the KPI that wins budget.
What should teams do this week? Map your approval gates, list your agentable tasks, drafting, summarizing, tagging, resizing, repackaging, inventory must-have connectors, CMS, DAM, CRM, email, analytics, storage. Decide your backbone agent builder plus Zapier Make.N8N if ops are light at launch, and pilot with constraints, sandbox data, narrow scope, tight guardrails. Measure time saved and error rates before scaling.
And keep it human. We said this in multimodal agents too. The bots are getting weird in useful ways, but uncertainty is a stop sign. Confidence gates matter. If the model hesitates, ask a person.
One more note on creators. A TikToker could run a weekly content batch. Agent drafts hooks from a transcript, cuts timecodes, generates captions, writes descriptions, and stages uploads. You approve and tweak tone. A podcaster could route show notes to blog, newsletter, and audiograms automatically, with a legal guardrail scanning claims before publish.
Brands, think consent and provenance. Tie every likeness and voice to a verified identity. If Agent Builder lets you enforce policy layers and embed provenance metadata in the flow, you're future-proofing for platform labels and audits.
My N8N brain wants to chain it like this. Agent Builder for reasoning and approvals, MCP to connect tools, N8N as the ops spine for scheduling, retries, and monitoring until OpenAI proves its ops chops. Best of both.
All right, Dev Day watchlist time. We're looking for APIs and webhooks, MCP, Def2 first-party servers ship, Day 1 integrations for CMS and CRMs, ops maturity like scheduling and version control, enterprise controls like SSO and audit logs, and clear pricing with quotas. If they check most of those, this is not just a shiny demo.
Bottom line, if OpenAI ships a programmable canvas with real connectors and governance, Agent Builder becomes a legitimate core lane for automation. If the ops layer is thin, pair it with your current stack and let agents handle the generative brain work. Either way, the momentum is toward workflows, not one-off prompts.
And if we sounded extra smooth today, shout out to Microsoft Vibe Voice 7B. If we glitched, we left it in on purpose. That's the experiment.
Thanks for hanging with us on KoiCast. For AI news and workflow updates, hit koi.com/resources, and don't forget to subscribe.
Catch you next time.